Hey, welcome back. Today I have a GTX 1080, fantastic GPU from Asus, but it's 2016. This video card still has 8 gig of VRAM. I'm gonna use it today and see how it's holding in a couple of titles, you know. It's very important to see this video card because it shows you the 10 series where it's holding in 2020. I mean, we still have 1 month from this year, but it doesn't matter. See how it's performing because it's a 8 gig VRAM GPU. So let's take this GPU for a spin and see how it's running. First off, we have to jump into GTA 5 because yes, GTA 5. We can see the settings what the game has managed to put for us. 1080p, DirectX 11, FXAA. I like that one because he knows. VSync, he wants a flat frame time, you know. We're gonna say no to that because we can do much better. We have 8 gig of VRAM there, so high details, very high, shadow quality high, reflection MSA. So he wants what's best for our GPU. No motion blur. Even GTA doesn't like motion blur, and that's it. Ambient occlusion high. Don't you have that's it. This is a fantastic. The only thing I managed to take is VSync. Let's jump in. Over 100 FPS. I'm guessing in the game it will be totally different, you know, but yeah. 72 degrees. I don't like that. It's like the fan needs to do his job, you know. It's only 52%, but it's very good. It's under 200 watts, the GPU, because it's a massive video card, and having this amount of video card, it's destined that you will end up with a lot of wattage and the consumption, you know. So 72 degrees, it's actually good, you know. It's not that bad. 3 fans on the radiator, so it will be okay. Alright, let's get this card to some paint. We'll have to paint this and put some new wheels on it. Alright, so memory usage, 4 gig of VRAM. This is actually fantastic because I'm in a good position with the video card. So the difference is not that big in between this GTX 1080 and GTA 5 because this would have been nearly just a couple of 1 year after the game was launched, and the GPU was launched in 2016, so 1 or 2 years, as I'm guessing. Awesome configuration, if I may say this, but considering that the CPU is not fully loaded, you know, like look, 10-20% or something like that, you can play with an i5 or yeah, and it will be okay. There's no need for this i9 or Blades CPU. I think the game looks fantastic on maximum details today. It's very nice optimized. The GPUs, every GPU that you have today can be optimized to the game. I mean, if it's really old, like 5 or 7 years older than this game, then you have no chance. If the GPU is in the same area with GTA 5, I think there is a high chance you can play the game. The game that needs to be tested, I think in the future I want to test it more, it's No Man's Sky. It's got a lot of texture, it can put the GPU on its needs when it comes to performance. So today I'm gonna use this game to see how this GTX 1080 is working, because the game needs to be optimized and needs to benefit from the specs of the video card. I'm gonna take a look and see how the game is set up. VSync is off, max FPS 60. No, I'm gonna unlock it because I remember playing it with a different GPU. And if I'm not mistaken, we got maximum details or something. Let's see how it's working with maximum details. I felt it the moment I entered the game. I felt it. Alright, I maxed out the fan and 97%, hopefully the GPU needs to start cooling down. That was awkward. Alright, let's see how the GPU is holding the temperature. Maybe if it stays on 74, 75, it's okay. But do understand this is maximum details. So, okay, there are 2 things I can do here. I lower the graphics details. 2, I lower the performance of the GPU by maintaining the temperature that I want. First, I will put priority on the GPU. That will be like 70 degrees on the temperature and cut off the power to a desirable performance in order to get third attempt. Okay, so with the limit on the temperature with 70 degrees, the GPU will downclock the performance in order to maintain 70 degrees on maximum temperature. So power 130 watts. That's exactly what I need. And 50. I'm actually surprised that the game is only using 55% of the VRAM. Yeah, apparently Warhammer 40,000 DARKTIDE is on the list for this video card because it's anticipated and it's lots of people are pre-ordering the game, and I want to be there with my video card in order to see how the game is working. Let's check the settings. It's very important to see. 1080p window. No, we want borderless full screen. Quality preset high. Can we put it on medium because this is a 1080, so we want to not overheat the GPU, and we'll see how it's running like this with medium details. Yes, 60 FPS. Yes, due to the overheating. All right. So if we get 60 FPS with low details, it will be fantastic. So new game, but the GPU is 2016. So you need to understand. You can max out the fan and get lower temps, but yeah, it all depends on you. Oh, this is so cool. All right, how are we doing? 126 watts. Oh my God, the GPU is on. It's on its maximum performance, I think. Give me some TLC with this, seriously. 40 FPS. Oh, that's not okay because it's underclocked, the GPU. Okay, so the GPU is underclocking. Oh, no, I have low HP, so I have no more bullets. Alright, let's try Far Cry 6 because this game has a lot of texture and we are interested in maxing out the game and see how is performing with this 1080 because it's got 8 gig of VRAM and it's enough for this ultra details. I can see the details in the game, you know, but GPU fan is on maximum and yeah, that's why it's loud. 170 watts, oh yeah. Look at this bad boy, 74 degrees with maximum fan. This water blocking. The original fan is not okay. So let's take a look and see how much does it jump up. But the core is maxed out, you know. So if you look at it, if you look at the crocodile, you can actually see the details that is, you know. And yeah, this is something that I want, but I don't want 76 degrees. You know, so 150 watts and with this fan on maximum. Oh, no. So the first thing I can do in order not to overheat the whole thing is to go in video. So we're going to lock the FPS on 60, yeah? Let's see how it's running there. So on 60 FPS, the core is 85% load. So that's good. So I got 130 watts. It dropped 150 from 20-30 watts. And that's good. This is what I want. Let me activate FSR for a second to just curious to see how it's running with FSR on and performance. Does it take down the load on the GPU because it's kind of horrible, you know. So 56%. Did you spit on my crocodile? Do you want me to call him? Seriously. Okay, so with FSR, apparently the GPU it's cool because it took the load. It was maxed out, you know. It looks fantastic, but the temperature were like not even desirable, not even close what I wanted, you know. So yeah, 78, 79 degrees with 150 watts. No, 100 watts with 65 degrees. Yeah, I want that. And 60 FPS on maximum load. Yeah, this is it. FSR is the solution for this game. Seriously. You want to fish, yeah? Let me help you. Alright, let's jump into Assassin's Creed and see the settings. Render scale is 100%, ultra details, and depth of field, motion blur on. Depth of field. I don't want depth of field. I want to see the whole thing. 70 degrees with the GPU fan is on maximum. You know, you can actually hear it in the background. I'm still below 150 watts, so that's good. And hopefully I can maintain that minimal, you know, because the FPS it's locked on 60 FPS, so we can get that 70-80% load on the main core without any adjusting any scale render and stuff like that. Can I play the game like this? Yes. You know, if it stays below 80 degrees, nice performance, but the GPU is getting near to 170 watts again, and it's pissing me off, seriously. I have to go end up again with the FSR because I need the GPU cool. But he's doing a fantastic job on maxed, you know. On max, he can do the job. He's got the VRAM, 74% on the VRAM is loaded only, you know. So you can do it, but apparently you have to lock it. You have to lock it and use FSR in order to take the load from the GPU. Yeah, let's go on the other one and see what we can see here. Adaptive ultra performance. So we're gonna put it on performance and see. Yes. So we activated FSR for performance, and the load on the GPU is 50%. Fantastic. The memory is still 70%, 72%, but the wattage is nearly to 100 watts. And what happened? The temperature came down, you know, because we locked the 60 FPS. It's doesn't matter, you know. So yes, you're gonna do what? Listen, fam. Batman. Oh, you know. Oh, that was a big fatality. Does he have something like if it's like a boss or something? Broken bow. I can say this is a freaking awesome video card. I'm not gonna lie. It's got the performance, but I need to be very careful with the temperature and how I'm setting up the game in order to play, for the GPU not to burn or to make it summer in the room, you know. But aside from that, I think it's fantastic, you know. So 2016 GTX 1080 can still deliver, can still play a lot of games, but it's very hard now to put it on maximum details, considering how many years has passed, like 6 years already, because December. I think it's on the last meter, this video card, until you have to lower the resolutions and texture to a point that is not worth it anymore. Is it worth buying one? If you can buy one cheap, it's worth it. If not, leave it. This 8 gig of VRAM will be useless in the near future because you need more VRAM. So it's more ideal to have something like an 1080 Ti that has 11 gig, I think, and I don't have that video card, by the way, and it will be much better, you know, more interesting. Aside from that, I love the card. I'm just curious what you think.